Coming up on Mountain News this morning, we share the story of members of a Louisville church currently trapped in Jerusalem because of the coronavirus.
And we go to Pike County, where members of the community are doing whatever they can to help the family of a child that was diagnosed with a brain tumor last month.
Plus, we share a story out of Letcher County that has made national headlines after a controversial decision to paint over a Bible verse in a school locker room.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 6:32. I'm Will Puckett.
And I'm Lacey Roberts.
Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News This Morning on this Thursday, May the 5th. And Lacey, some people are going to look at the downside of this forecast and say, oh man, the temperatures are going to dip. It might snow a little bit tomorrow. But there's always grass that's greener on the other side.
That's right. There's light at the end of the tunnel, and that leads to more spring-like temperatures, which lead to it being the first day of spring, which leads to the next day, my birthday.
And then summer after that,
yeah.
Everybody's happy, and then they'll be complaining about how hot it is outside. And I'll be sitting here saying, I told you so. Let's bring Brandon in this morning. And Brandon, Lacey's looking forward to her birthday. Some other people are just looking forward to the weekend.
That's right. Listen, you will never hear me complain about cold because I always like to save my complaining for the hot times. Heat and I do not get along. But let's talk about this morning and some cloud cover and some cooler temperatures. We see those clouds try to move out for a moment there here in the last little bit, but again, some spots are down to our south, still dealing with the rain. The good news is a stationary front is going to keep that rain down to our south for the most part today. We are going to see temperatures in the 30s and right around 40 for the most part, upper 30s, except for Irvin. They got a little colder this morning. They're at 33. Your day planner takes us into the 60-degree territory. 62, the official forecast high. Would not surprise me, though, if we see some late-day sunshine, if somebody gets just a little bit warmer than that. We'll talk about the extended forecast coming up here in a few minutes. Lacey.
Thank you, Brandon. The University of Kentucky is working to bring 29 students in Italy back home because of the coronavirus outbreak there.
Yeah, yesterday, UK told us they have advised all students in Italy to self-isolate and monitor their health conditions for 14 days.
WKYD's Sam Dix interviewed one of those UK students who is trying to leave Italy right now and stay healthy.
I'm mainly worried about getting the virus, and then also when I return home, what will happen then.
20-year-old Sophia Mitchell of Lexington lived the dream of many college students, studying design in Milan, Italy. The UK student arrived in Italy in January with every expectation of staying there through May for finals. And then came coronavirus.
I'm very upset because I met a lot of great people here that I love, and I would love to continue hanging out with them and continue taking courses here. But for the past 2 weeks, all of my friends, since I'm doing an international program, they've all returned home to their home countries. And I've currently been basically putting myself under lockdown for the last 2 weeks, trying to avoid contact with other people because I know that that's how it can be spread.
She says Milan is almost a ghost town.
Giant cathedral. Usually it's where you can't even walk in the cathedral, but now it's like a ghost town. There's like very few people there. It used to be packed. The grocery stores, food's gone, water's gone. I went to go and get water the other day, and it was completely empty. There was no water.
As she packs her bags for home, Sophia says she's had an education unlike anything she ever expected.
One is don't necessarily overreact and only listen to the media, because I would hear some reports and then I would go and do my own research, and the media wouldn't necessarily be 100% correct. Number two, stay calm. A lot of my friends were freaking out the second that they heard that the classes were canceled. Literally yesterday is when I got my plane ticket out of here, having to adjust to a global situation that's very scary, and being able to work around and fix the problem and get home safely. So I guess just being able to adjust to scary situations, or just be able to take whatever life throws at you, I guess.
Yeah. And so you will be able to.
And again, that was WKYT's Sam Dick. Sophia says she flies out of Milan this morning, headed for Amsterdam and then Scotland, where she says she will check into a medical facility to make sure she is okay before going on to the States and home to Lexington.
Be scary to be stuck overseas, that's for sure. Well, members of a Louisville church are trapped in Jerusalem because of the coronavirus. About 40 people from Evangel World Prayer Center in Oklahoma were in the Holy Land for a religious trip. Their pastor says once they got there, they found out they would not be able to fly back home. She says the problem is they can't get from Jerusalem to their connecting United Airlines flight in Rome because of Italy's coronavirus outbreak. Now they're stuck and just trying to find some new travel plans.
I mean, people are wanting to leave here right now, and so it's hard to get tickets, and we're looking at flying maybe to another city and trying to get out of there. So we don't have anything definite right now. We're just seeing what we can do.
The pastor says some in their group flew Delta and were able to reroute to a different city. He says right now tickets from Jerusalem to Louisville are about $1,700.
And a bill to ban tobacco use or vaping for young people made it another step in the General Assembly yesterday. Senate Bill 56 would prohibit the sale of tobacco or vaping devices to anyone under the age of 21. It has language that brings Kentucky law in line with the new federal statutes. Health advocates say it addresses a growing problem of young people vaping or using tobacco products.
We know that electronic cigarette use among Kentucky youth has reached epidemic proportions. More than 1 in 4 high school students answers yes to the question, have you used an e-cigarette in the last 30 days?
The bill includes fines of $50 to $500 for those who violate the age restrictions for e-cigarettes or tobacco products. It passed a House committee 14-3 and now goes to the full House.
A battle over a Bible verse.
Letcher County schools are getting some national attention after an atheist organization sent a complaint about a Bible verse above some lockers, saying it violated the Constitution.
WYMT's Emily Bennett talked with the Letcher County School Superintendent about the controversial decision to paint over the scripture.
Several months ago, Letcher County Schools received a letter in the mail, one that caught them off guard.
So I was completely taken by surprise.
It was from the atheist group Freedom from Religion Foundation, based in Wisconsin.
I Googled it like we do everything, found out a little bit of information.
The group claimed this sign above athletic lockers in the high school was a violation of the Constitution.
We're not allowed to influence students' religious beliefs as public school employees.
Denise Yantz took the complaint to their board attorney, and they came to a decision to paint over the sign, as it was not a student display of religion.
It wasn't made lightly, and it wasn't made without consulting our board, consulting our attorney, and looking at how to protect our students' religious freedoms.
In January, the Freedom from Religion Foundation asked for a written response to the complaint, which Yantz gave, and they responded, saying, quote, "We applaud the district for taking action to remedy this violation."
As a superintendent, I'm here to take care of children and ensure that they're educated. I'm not here to attack political sides or other organizations.
Yantz stressing that if the complaint would have been against a student religious display, she would have not taken it down.
Again, that was Emily Bennett reporting. It is against the law in public schools for faculty to make any religious display. Yantz said parents have not complained to her, but she has received nasty messages from across the nation.
And Cooper Coleman has spent the last 2 weeks in Cincinnati, where a surgery to remove a brain tumor was followed with a cancer diagnosis. Community members have organized several different fundraisers for Cooper's honor. Millard School and Pikeville Free Will Baptist are collecting money for Cooper's family and spreading a message of prayer with superhero-themed t-shirts. They say it is about doing anything they can to help the Coleman family make it through each day.
He's going through so much, and he's just so little, you know. It's hard to understand, and then my heart breaks for his parents to have to watch their kid go through that. My heart breaks for his classmates because they miss him.
For more information on how to donate to Cooper's family, you can find information on our website, WYMT.com.
Forecast this morning, a little bit brighter in some areas, a little bit more cloudy over Pikeville this morning. You see a few clouds over that way, but a beautiful scene as we start your day over Pikeville Medical Center's camera there, looking over the city of Pikeville. We take a look at temperatures, and they are in the mostly in the 30s now. A couple spots still in the 40s. Jackson and Harlan both at 40. London at 41. Irvin down to 32. Coldest spot in the entire region. That's anywhere between 4 and 5, 6 degrees cool or warmer in some areas, and between 4 and 5 degrees colder in others this morning in the last 24 hours. Out the door forecast, we are going to see a mix of clouds and some sunshine peeking through today. Temperatures, though, get back into the low 60s for daytime highs. Guys?
And thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning.
Here's a look at what's still ahead. We go to Breathitt County, where we talked with friends and family of the woman who was killed in a deadly crash earlier this week.